So, you know, at this time of year, you might be thinking that there's nothing left out in your garden to be cooking with. Well, I got something to tell you. I'm here with Lynn Snodgrass from Drake's 7 Dees. And Lynn, in the Garden to Grill segments, which we do occasionally here with you, there's really a lot of stuff that you can still be cooking right now.
Well, you need to use a little imagination, and I obviously have some recipes I'm going to share with you. But when you go out in your garden this time of the year, things don't look quite as appetizing as they might have earlier. But there's some fabulous things that you can do that are very appetizing at the table. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to start with the green tomatoes. Okay, green tomatoes. What do you do with your green tomatoes?
See, immediately, I said to you earlier, I thought, are we going to fry green tomatoes?
We're not. No, but what I did is I made a green tomato chutney. Okay. And here it is cold. I've also cooked with it, but here it is cold. And do you mind being a guinea pig and try it?
You know,
okay.
Listen, I've had your cooking before here, and it's amazing.
Raisins, onions, ginger, green tomatoes, a little vinegar, a little sugar.
Oh, man.
Good. Oh, yay, it passed it. But these are the kind of tomatoes that I used with them. Look, they don't look that appetizing.
Yeah,
but
it's not
once
something
you
you want
skin
to can or eat
it's
just at the
the
table.
inside that you're going to get when you do the chutney. And the chutney you can freeze if you want to and bring it out later and use it for a salad dressing perhaps, or use it in cooking, which is what I did here. Okay, this is my potato dish. My garden still had some potatoes and it still had some Walla Walla onions, and the Walla Wallas don't store as well.
Yeah.
I can't figure out a great way to store them. Have you?
No,
okay.
They're so sweet and they just don't seem to last as long.
They just rot away really quick. So I wanted to bring them in ahead of time and eat them. So here's some potatoes that we had in the garden and some onions. And I've used some mint that I have in the garden. This is the last of my Italian parsley. And I also used rosemary. Here's some rosemary that I put in there. And some thyme. Thyme and rosemary last year round. Don't always look really sharp, but
the flavor's still
they cook really well. So anyway, do you want to try any of those?
And you know, speaking of Italian, this really doesn't add a lot of flavor. It pretty much enhances the flavors that are there.
Very good. My goodness,
well,
you are a Martha Stewart. Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Okay, so this was cooked with the herbs, and then last minute I put a little chutney in the Dutch oven.
The chutney that I just tried a little bit ago.
The chutney that you just tried, we put in over there so that you could try a little bit different flavor.
Wow.
Okay, is the screen big enough for all this food that we're going to? Okay. All right. Another thing that is important to do at this time of the year is to prune your roses. Okay, and we always tell our customers, get out there and start pruning your roses. But before you do, prune off the flowers. Okay,
because you're going to do something with them, aren't you?
We're going to eat those suckers. Here we go. Okay, these are the roses that I had left in my garden. These are carpet roses. And so what I did is I picked a bunch of these, and then I used the good petals. We don't use the underside petals, but I use the good petals. You can just cut them off like that. Now I don't have as pretty of a picture there. But I made a rose petal sauce.
Get out.
And my favorite way to eat the rose petal sauce is on ice cream.
But you don't have ice cream for
But
me.
I'm trying really hard for you to keep your girly figure.
That's going to take more effort than we got on the show, huh?
So we're just doing bananas and pears are still ripening in the fall. So here you go. I'm going to put just a little on there. This stays really well. If you do this close to Thanksgiving, you could use it at your Thanksgiving table.
That's so cool. It has like a rose flavor to it.
You think?
Oh,
that's the whole point. I make rose butter as well. Similar recipe where you take the roses, red roses are the best, and you cut them up. You don't use the inside petal. You don't use this white stuff because that's bitter, but use the colored part. Chop them up. Put them in some butter. You can freeze it, but it's so nice and so pretty at a table, especially Thanksgiving, even though the colors may be orange, but
it's still
red,
yeah, it's so true.
It's very fun.
The fun thing with Lynn is we could do a whole show just based on the Garden to Grill segment, but to find out more information, you have classes happening.
We've got about 20 coming up at the Christmas time.
So that's amazing. To find out all of that, you can go to gardentime.tv, and we will gladly click you over to their website so you can find out all the great information. Don't be afraid to get out to your yard and use some of these great ideas to have food. Really, all winter you can freeze it and keep it. It's just a good idea.
How about if I supply the recipes? You can have those online too for the show.
I think that's great. Thank you so much, Lynn. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, William.